Lord, there is an eye I have. Let me see clearer. You are here, you are into the prophetic, you are into writing, you are into all manner of spiritual things, but your eyes is not opening. I say your eyes. There are a few people that are here, you are of faith. You are of faith. That time I talk about faith, it is you I'm talking about. But that eyes hasn't opened clearly. It hasn't opened clearly. You are of faith. You are somebody who is inspired. Once in a while, in word of faith, you get excited when you're reading Bible or when you're reading certain books. And you feel like sharing it with somebody. It has blessed you already. You feel like telling somebody around it. You have to develop the eyes that have ability to see scripture clearly. And then when you develop it, you write down what the eyes told you. Now, when that eyes brought 17 of Matthew, of John very well, and then brought Hebrew chapter 17, chapter 7 very well, I thank God. He said he pray for them that come to God through him to the uttermost. I said, wow. And then he said, I didn't pray for the word. I said, wow. Then I said, Lord, I'm going to narrow down my life and make sure that my prayer is more specific. Have you ever called somebody and said, there is something I saw in the Bible I need to share with you? As I was reading this book, my eyes opened. Eyes of faith. Why I brought this? Because that particular eyes that opened that way should open wider and then see clearer, because that is your destiny. If you're looking at me, you have ever gotten a scripture up to, you have gotten revelation on certain scripture up to 10 scriptures. Where did you write them down? Suddenly as you're reading a book, your eyes got lightened. And then who did you share with? Can you play with something? Can you trifle with something that came to you through a divine door? You can't. People pay price for scriptures to come real into their heart. And then when that happens, your heart shifts. You encounter new victory. You become a new creature. You have changed. Your faith increases. You say, wow, I didn't know it's like this. In 2007, I had a program in Port Harcourt. And I go to Galilee so that I can stay one day with my parents and then chat them up and then leave the next day. So in the morning, I call Mama, I say, Mama, come, let's go to the church. And then the pastors that were living in the house, let's go and share. As I was sharing, some people started coming. Until we are like a small church. So I was teaching. That day I thought that the church will go when ordinance is established. I said that day, that's what I shared, 2007. I shared on the church will go when ordinance is established. That the Lion of Judah is coming as spirit of ordinance. I said so many deep things. My mother was there, my uncle was there, so many other people were there. When I was done with teaching and we were going, Mama asked me, my mother, yes, she said, will you teach tomorrow? He said, you got the Bible tomorrow. I said, no. Then I'm going to go to Port Harcourt tomorrow. So she said, I asked her, I said, why do you ask? He said, if you teach tomorrow, I'll come. So I was asking her why she wanted to come. She said, that's the way you teach Bible. 2007 again, January, I preached on the sitting and running judge. Yes, sitting and running judge. On the last day of our crusade, then I was still in camp. So because when program ends, I stay one day before I go back to Kano. So that day on the 8th evening, I went to gist with Mama because I know I will leave in the morning. So Mama said, there is something you said in the night. It touched me. So I said, Mama, say it. She said, you said from John 5:22 that God does not judge people, that he has given judgment to the Son of Man. I said, Mama, it's not me that read this Bible. You saw it in the Bible now. He said she never knew that God will not judge people. You know, when she told me that, I started telling me other things she learned. I said, wow. So I said, so Mama, you don't understand all these things? She said, yes. That she understand preaching. And she used to believe it. You know, when she said that thing, you know, good people came on me that Mama understood it and took it inside. Now, those scriptures are shared at different points in time. It is like what is happening to you. The difference between me and you is that I write it down to know it is a gift. I write it down to know it's a gift, so that anytime I have opportunity, I will share it with people. Listen, let me say this before I go on to something. Don't trifle with something that can change people's life immediately, even if it means you bring it to platforms. A revelation from word that can transform people, because you see, when Rhema comes from letters, people's life are changed immediately. Let me say it again. I say, when Rhema comes from Logos, God reveal his omnipotence. So when you ask God to open your eyes, and then number 3, the eyes connect to God. Connecting to God through discovered eyes. You cannot connect to God except through the eyes you have. If you want to know how big you are, develop your almost all of us that are there, we are all professionals. And right before you, I am bringing song. Duty is there to sell it. Duty. Just like what Pastor Light did, he spiced that song there and the singers. They just spiced it. And then it become better than the way I presented it. Now, so shall all those songs be spiced and sell. It's a duty. Now hear me. If it's going to be done, somebody is going to take responsibility. Don't use your money. Don't use your life to look for money. Use your life to fulfill purpose. And then money will meet you. Don't abandon your purpose and be looking for money. Somebody God already called you as a preacher. He said, you need to get a small shop where you're selling tomato.